So here we have Terror as the Spanish and DauT as the Celts, both of which are pretty decent civs. Spanish, of course, towards the top tier. And Celts, you know, they're in the middle, but they're definitely not a bad civ, especially when they get towards the late game. So if played well, Celts can be really good, but kind of the same thing about Goths. Celts just have that decent bit of an edge though. Just gonna speed this up just a little bit. DauT having some time finding his first sheep. He even took in 2 seconds first at 1 minute before he even managed to get his 4 sheep. I believe this is standard arena. Yes, this is typical arena. Settings all fairly standard, so anything could really happen. We could see Trushes, we could see Conquistadors, we could see Monk Rushes, we could see Celt doing Pike Mango, for example. Maybe trying to catch out an early castle, that kind of thing. Don't really know what we're going to see with this one though. It's going to be pretty tedious, but of course we are preparing for Voobly Arena Seasonal, so if we see Trushes, it's going to be kind of irrelevant. Voobly Arena Seasonal, going to be 1800 HP walls in Dark and Feudal Age. And a few other small changes, but that's going to be the really only thing deterring Trushes. Looking over here, Terror, Spain, he has a nice 2 stones, his main and second. His main gold is nice and safe, that's the second in the back as well. So apart from 1 second, he has pretty much all his resources in the back and safe. That's his other second. Really, really nice space here. And also just respond to the chat. If you one screen chat is not showing on the there we go. You have to be here at the end to win the raffle. If I roll it and you're not around to claim it, then I cannot give it to you. We need to know who the winner is very, very quickly, their Voobly username. So looking again at this map, really safe map, all these resources. He could play aggressive and he'll still have a really nice safe chance because he does have all these resources to move to in the late game. So of course if he does push his opponent manages to push him back, he's still quite safe. He's probably the safe option, especially with Spanish being such good at pushing. And Celts, of course, having a great late game, you want to kind of kill them before then if you can. Looking over the Celt map, nice safe main gold, second gold also really safe, another second gold really safe, and both extras in the back. This is a godlike map for gold. Even a second stone in the back. The only thing bad is this stone here. We're going to see a trush. Trushing Spain is crazy. So I don't really know what DauT is really thinking at this point. Spain, of course, they can build faster towers, so that's always an option. Like, trushing against Spain, you're not going to win the tower war. But yeah, this map is great, Terror's map is great. DauT has no idea how great his map is. He kind of knows a bit, but he just forgets to scout or delete back walls, that kind of stuff. And he's going for a tower hop. This is interesting. Terror's now clicked up 27 vills, and he is also on stone. So this is going to be coming really useful against the Trush. He sees the feudal up. He sees only houses built. He's going to try build a double house here. That's a great little move. As long as he remembers in the end to move away. Yep, before the tower's up. Yep, and there goes DauT. DauT's in. He's going to have extra time though, an extra couple hundred HP is definitely a good amount of time to help you get towards feudal age. He's going to build these houses. It's definitely would funnel DauT a little bit. Okay, this is happening. This is going to be interesting. Now Terror's up to feudal, he's going to drop tower here. Is my prediction, but maybe I'm wrong. A couple tiles ahead. It's in range though. You don't really want to be in range of this tower, you want to be just in range of this one tile as they walk in the wall. Trushing Spain is such a suicidal move, just the rate that they build the towers. And of course he is on stone already because he's planning to go Conquistadors. So great map, he's managed his economy okay-ish back here. His food though is looking a bit zesty. Whereas we see a much better eco here from Terror. He is on a few farms, not a lot of farms. He's now kind of keeping on his berries. Oh, come on. But adding more farms, he's already got a couple on gold, a lot on stone, so he's going to be able to really go up to Castle Age quite quickly, build a castle, build Sea's Workshop maybe if he wants to. He could do a really all-in Conquistador Mangonel push, already up with the market. Oh, and he's not able to quite wall that. That's a close one though. Oh, can he? That tower doesn't seem to be able to hit him. DauT completely denied. Terror going up to Castle Age. I mean, DauT is 2 villagers ahead, of course, but that's not a big problem. DauT just getting wrecked. This is quite a funny one, but yeah, DauT might eventually be able to get in, but this tower here is just going to prevent that. Of course, Terror does have a lot of stone, 550 at the moment, and he's going to get a reasonable castle each time, you know, 17 minutes 30. Only delayed by a bit. Oh, but losing that villager, that definitely helps some value towards the kill rush here. DauT's economy though, he's actually starting to get one up. He's getting the wheelbarrow. This food will soon turn to 800 really quick. 4 on gold, so he's going to have the 200 quick. He's going to be able to up and do something about it, but it's going to take him a decent bit longer than Terror. Is Terror going to add TCs though? You know what? I don't know. If I was Terror, I would be adding TCs with a map like this, because of course the Kelp player is not going to be that much more aggressive at this point, or that far ahead. Siege Tower. Siege Tower castle drop. Oh, this is some mint class stuff right here. This is very unexpected Terror strats. Oh man, I love it. He might even lose this tower. I don't think he cares. He's just going for it. He's going to troll DauT. And with these 10 villagers, you can't really stop that. And DauT doesn't. Now he's noticed. The tower will go up. Both these towers will go up, but the castle will definitely go up. He's going to lose a few villagers in the process, because obviously he will. But yeah, Spain faster castle building. Well, he does have a loom. He remembered to get it. Oh, he's spam clicking like a maniac, but this is. Oh, it's what they would call in the traded out castle, I believe. That's pretty exceptional from you, Terror. That's beautiful. Meanwhile, DauT wasn't really that close to getting in over here. I think if he just built at home, he would have been perfectly okay, to be honest. Oh, that stings. Just ignore the big picture of Stark, unless you want to see this one again. Stark approves. Where did I put the score? Oh, there we go. Oh man, that was class. Not even going to talk about those achievements. It's okay to KCR on this one, I think. There's lots of games, as you can see. Swiftly into the second game, we see DauT as the Saracens and Terror as the Franks. Saracens is a civ in theory because of their tech tree bonuses, UTs. They will pretty heavily counter Franks, but of course Franks have a good tech tree. They can really easily kill their counters if they wanted to. So, you know, with their eco bonuses, Franks generally will win this matchup. Really nice civ. Talking about these maps, DauT with the Saracens, main gold pretty damn nice. Second gold, safe enough. Pretty nice. Another second gold. All of these golds are just safe haven right here. This is pretty nice. Stone's a little bit dodgy, but this main one I guess is okay. Not too much to say. Pretty safe map, but maybe Stone might come into it, especially if Terror does a trush and notices it. Will he trush? I don't know. Terror's map, oh, no stones essentially. Main gold, not out of the question. It does have both second golds in the back though, that's definitely enough gold to be getting on with quite a while. 4 inside deer is always a beautiful thing to have. And that seems to be about it. The extras on the map, oh, one extra is wedged right in the back there in DauT space, and the other extra is God only knows. What's the extra stone? Pretty mediocre, and there we go, extra gold. I've been trying to disable the grid mod, but I don't understand why it's not going. I still need to find a solution for that. Don't use AoE 2 tools, folks. Fragrant advertising. So I don't see a trush coming from either player, at least. We're seeing 4 on wood. Oh, 3 on wood. Why is DauT going to trust this one? You have a perfectly okay civ to try and win with. Always boring to see trust games, never very fun to watch. And that's why Voobly Arena Season has 1800 HP walls. Advertising at its finest. 20 pop. That's pretty ambitious. That's very ambitious. All that idle time. So what's gonna happen if he trusts this map? Well, he did skip both stones, so that's quite smart of him to actually acknowledge that and rush. I guess maybe he just can be arsed with the deers or something, but yeah, one tower here. Terror's actually kind of screwed. He does the Franks take it up really fast. Is he upping fast with them? 25 plus 2 maybe? Or maybe not. It's going for 27 plus 2, but going on gold that early is a little bit dubious. But at least this way he's going to have a little bit of extra time just to get gold to be able to get loom. This is of course Terror, so we're not exactly assuming he's going to win against DauT, but Terror now knows he's up going on with Feudal Age. Just keep it on the gold. Maybe he wants to wait till he gets 250. This tower actually doesn't really deny that much at the moment, till he's not the main gold. Not a huge problem for Terror at the moment. And he's given up, he's going to move to a bad gold, I assume. Making a Rax, he's going to try and make Scouts. Scouts would definitely be pretty dangerous towards this rush. Of course, especially with the Frank extra HP, maybe if you get the +1 defense, if you have a lot of food, which Franks might do at this point. A lot from berries. Then they could, you know, survive in the towers just a little bit, maybe snipe off villagers or at least prevent them from going forward to build. Loom double Bitaxe, he's gonna try and focus on staying in the Feudal Age apparently. Tower coming up here. I think it's just gonna be fine with this tower though. So he didn't make a second building yet. That's with this much wood, that's a little bit confusing. Maybe he's a bit focused. And he's just thinking, I'm gonna take this fight here. God love Terror. DauT is clearly watching Spirit of the Wall. Ooh, the very, very close to fill snipe. Oh yeah, those HPs are pretty low, whereas Terror, he could just un-garrison a couple more villagers, get a good few hits. Ooh, that was a close one. That was dodgy. But then again, Terror's actually winning this Trush War. No second building yet. There we go, stable. Not sure if he's going to really use it. But, oh, DauT is taking some serious hits though, and these are quite weak villagers. This tower's going to go down. DauT can even, Terror can even vill rush this if he wanted to. This is really interesting. Archer range in DauT, maybe he wants to make some just archers to garrison the towers. I don't really know if he could try and raid this more with some archers, maybe not. Maybe he tries to break through here. But aside from that, if he just wants to make archers, then send his wills back, maybe try to up. Although he is quite... he's not going up at this rate. He does have a market, he could always buy his way up eventually. As Saracens, that's quite a good thing to do. But when it comes to Franks, especially when he's got this many farms with the free horse collar because he is Franks. Yeah, I definitely prefer Terror's map. He's going up to Castle Age at this point. Well, not map, position. Able to make some knights with extra HP, basically free bloodlines at this point. He's able to deal with this. 2 stables, double stable knights. That's going to be interesting. Sorry about the lack of a VAS command. I will make it after this game. I thought I already had, but I guess I either didn't press enter or something. DauT's going to hop through there, not too much Terror can do to stop it. Of course, if DauT does get through there, then there's nothing stopping him from just sending archers around to these both golds. And there we go, Terror just loses his gold. That's interesting. Like, he could hop right through here, yeah. I don't know why he isn't. It's the odd thing. Terror's now up. How many knights does he have? He has, oh, that's a lot of knights. Nearly 6 at this point. All he has to do is just run with these villagers for a little while. These archers are really far away now, so if he gets the knights right here, then the villagers should be able to get killed. He may be able to at least make up the villagers he's losing now. Ooh, bad pathing. And the archers are going to get cleaned up. But the thing is, those knights are not cheap. Villager losses, I mean, he's behind in economy by now 8 villagers. It's quite a lot. Yeah, it's not good at all. DauT now buying his way up, 25-minute castle time. Terror's own market, what does he plan to do with these resources? Not build a TC because he has no resources whatsoever. He doesn't have gold to buy anything with. He's going to loosely clean up these towers. He's got a lot of knights, but can't afford to make any more up to this point. The 2 towers are going to go down like Lord of the Rings, and then it's just going to be... it's going to be an odd one, but at least the build counts have equalized, although that's because that was going up. Terror is indeed ahead in builds. That's quite interesting. That must have really idled. Now what's he going to do against the Saracen player now? He's going to start making some camels. Castle, that's an interesting one. A few Mamluks. Of course the knight's going to be a big problem for that, but of course Franks can always add a few monks. He has the map control right now, so add some monks, get some relics maybe in the meantime, while you've at least got these knights before he's got enough camels to kill them. And those monks can always really help out against camels, maybe it's the occasional Mamluk. Is DauT going to 1TC this? He still has enough stone to build another castle if he wanted to, adding a monastery stable. He's going to try and make Mamluks at the same time as camels, at the same time as monks, just to fight off these knights. Vast unit combination, but it's not a bad one. No camels, maybe he's waiting for bloodlines. All this is being cleaned up. Terror doesn't seem to be transitioning into anything. Did add TC though. 3 TC, boom, at this point. He did indeed patch the hole in his wall as well, so... And a nice outpost. Oh, and DauT micro right there. I think this is quite nice. I think Terror's really playing this one well. 2 TCs for DauT. Not buying a 3rd one yet. Of course, he does lack the map control. I think he will be able to get a good advantage on the relics at this point. I'm a bit confused as to why Terror didn't aim so hard to try and get the relics. But he is getting all TCs up. Of course, he does have decent trash. He's got quite good halberdiers to fight off the Saracen, camels, Mamluks. Oh, and that's an impressive little move. But the thing is, he just lets a bunch of Mamluks into his base. Ooh, Terror, what are you doing? Oh my god, he had a really good trade there actually. He did lose a decent bit of knights, but I'm fairly sure a lot more Mamluks went down. Mamluks are expensive. Terror's ahead by 7 villagers. No, roughly 7, yeah. I keep wanting to call Terror and DauT the same because I keep confusing them because they're both very, very slow players. I can't just say JonSlow without thinking DauT. Both players, well this player's on 3 TC, Terror's now on 4. Terror should have a much better economy, he's 5 villagers ahead now. If you watch DauT stream then you've seen this game. Because I was like watching his stream at one point, I was like, DauT playing Arena after he signs up to Voobly Arena Seasonal, what is going on here? And then yeah, turns out this is the case. So that's what we're casting today in KC Area 1 mode. Oh yeah, Terror was live, but I was watching DauT because I was more surprised that he was playing Arena. This is interesting to know though. Terror has no space. Very, very little space to make any production buildings for units. He needs to really take map control, expand out. Oh, the knights here are just going to get wasted though, and then just like 2 Mamluks are going to walk under the radar of the Mangonels, so going to get sniped. That's definitely not a good fight to take. He needs to switch into something. Of course, not more knights, maybe some barracks. Yeah, there we go. That's going for quite a fast Imperial Age here, but he is 22 villagers behind, which is a lot of economy. He does have a much stronger unit still. But then again, Terror does not need stronger units if he's going to go for, you know, mass pikes. Quite cheap units with a lot of economy, he could really mass them. Cheap Frank Castle coming up here, maybe building our mining camp to start taking this stone at the same time. I think that would be quite handy for him to have. I want to say he's going to go Halbram, but I'm not entirely sure the cat rams are really going to work this one. DauT is really investing into these Mamluks. He's even getting conscription just slightly for the Trebs, but probably more for the Mamluks. Saracen gets Siege Archer with Siege Engineers, yeah. Fully upgraded. I would say Halbanger though, I would say Halbram is fine. Halbanger is okay, but of course when you're against a civ with such good monks and better Archers, then I much prefer to use Ram even though they're crappy. Axemen beats Mamluks, I believe. If you're just like talking about each player has like 2 castles and you're both just massing them. At least I think resource wise. Mamluks just cost way too much, but of course they are one of the very hard to stop masses in the game. Halbs just still have too much of a bonus against them, but whatever floats your goat. We see Onger from both players. Did DauT cancel his Onger? No, he didn't. I guess maybe Terror didn't, just got a bit later. Or the spec overlay is just chatting shite, as usual. Why aren't you attack grounding Terror? Monks coming in. Redemption coming in. Lots more monks. Of course, he is Saracens with 5 relics when you've got that kind of tech tree, and your economy is now almost basically fully boomed, 112 villagers. You can really do some damage as Saracens, so there's not much that can stop that. Elite Mamluk coming in is a really cheap upgrade. Siege Engineers coming in for Terror, not yet for DauT. So of course Terror's gonna have the better Angers, but they're just gonna get converted so easily. Oh, move back the Trebs, just send in your Hobs and Mass, they're almost fully upgraded as soon as the upgrade kicks in. DauT just has so much gold at this point, I'm not really sure how Terror thinks he can win this one, especially if he's just honouring his own... Oh wait, no, that wasn't... That wasn't Terror's Onger hitting his own Hobs. Oh, was that 4 for 1 hit? That was pretty impressive. Lots of Halbs here, lots of Trebs. All these Trebs can of course kill Angers as well as the... Snipe the Monks, kill the Mamluks. Mass Trebs, what is this, 4? 5? That's not a bad amount. I can definitely snipe things out of distance. DauT trying to micro against this. Oh, he's... Oh wait, no, no friendly fire. I was just about to cry myself to sleep there. Population wise, Terror is 20 villagers ahead, as well as about 20 population ahead. Yeah, when you're Saracens you got all the relics, it's just strong. Throwing Axemen now, fully upgraded as well, because the Halberdiers had the full upgrades. Elite Throwing Axemen, Bearded Axe with extra +1 range. The taxes should be able to murder the Mamluks, so the monks, not enough to really convert mass taxes. Bomber cannons still going to get killed, onagers are kind of a threat. Not that much of a threat, but they're a little bit. If you have mass onagers and you're not really trying to micro against them, then you might have some problems. But if you are trying to micro and actually putting a lot of effort into it, then you can get away with it. Lots of Fire Blast, no armor upgrades. That does kill the Halbs, it does kill the taxes. Doesn't kill the onagers, but you have the monks for that, and it should work. but I think there's lots of options for the Franks, such as bomber cannons, that kind of thing, to be able to snipe the onagers. Without the gold though, his main gold's now gone, second gold's now gone, he still has this gold, some of it. Ooh, and yes, still a decent amount of trebs to snipe the bomber cannons with. That's really not what DauT wants at all. Oh, I love this enhanced dwarf mod. It definitely is a really nice thing. And those throwing X-Men are really tanking Narblast shots. They have no base pierce armor, only the +4 from upgrades. They're definitely doing a good job though. This looks pretty cleaned up, but we're looking at similar populations for both players, both Phil and Army. What's Terror's next move? Because honestly, the man looks are basically cleared up at this point. He can start making his own knights if he wanted to. If he had gold, he'd go Cavalier. He can't. He's gonna have to go maybe Light Cav as a meat shield. Maybe try and quickly snipe the Monk's trebuchets. That might be good for him. Franks don't have Hussar, they have Light Cav. Saracens do have Hussar though. And honestly, if he did have it, then he'd be able to try and snipe the trebs or whatever. The thing with Halberdiers is if they're trying to protect someone like trebs or onagers, then of course you have to really keep them back, otherwise our blasts are just going to snipe them. They're kind of stuck. Champions would get murdered by the throwing X-Men. Yeah, Terror just with no gold. You can make hubs forever, needs some combination hub onager. Help to capture Ram. Well, at least now he's going Light Cav. Light Cav's going to be a really nice addition to this. Our blast decently strong against Light Cav, but you have enough of them. It's a really complicated mix. I think you really do need a bit of siege in this mix. With siege engineers, the capture and onagers won't be too bad, so I can see either working at this point. Oh yeah, those are beautiful skirms. At least he's getting them fully upgraded. To be fair, they're not too bad. The worst skirms in the game are Burmese and Turks, so I do prefer Turk skirms to Burmese. But that's just because I'm a bit mental. You're gonna have to see some Catron sponging this because there's just no Light Cav yet to really sponge any of it. The Taxmen are actually doing reasonably hard hits, but the skirmishers, they're just not enough mass. Trebs are doing their damage. Rams, not even Catron yet. Turks cannot get Imperial skirmishers. You have to be elite before you can research it. That's a lot of skirmishers in Light Cav. This is when the Frank economy is just like, I don't have one. I'll try to make some forwards here though. And at the same time, Terror's trying to gain some map. That's interesting. This was the extra gold that's been taking, and Terror's now taking the extra stone. He might be selling it though. I don't really see him making another castle to focus on throwing X-Men, especially when he just doesn't have any relics or any gold left. Oh yeah, he has these 2 tiles, but 500 gold. How quickly does that disappear? Oh, and the Light Cav are coming in quite useful here. And DauT, he doesn't have anything to kill the skirms. He did research onager. He has no wood, and he's not making any onagers. Onagers would be huge for him right now. Our blast can lose in their power spike at this point, but this is a huge armor from Terror. 200 pop, while DauT is only 175. It's a good 25 military difference. And now some villagers as well. I can see Terror opening this, but actually, come to think of it, this would be quite easily raidable. Especially since this monastery is forward. I haven't seen DauT attempt to make a back monastery to garrison the relics in yet, in case he does get pushed. We always see Melkor losing to a lot of games that way. Otherwise, simply just because you've got other things to think about. clear the skirmishers are okay. I tend to think of other options when I'm using Aztecs, but their skirms definitely do come into it. I've seen Timmel recently beat, was it Terror, or was he casting Timmel via someone else? I don't know, but Timmel beat a Britain player by just like opening with skirms. And of course, you need to take is really nice. I don't know what's going to work here, because now we finally see some bomber cannons. Sure, that's going to be something, but this is not getting pushed. There's not enough halbs in the mix, there's not enough skirms. Skirms, of course, don't do nothing to the Mamluks. It's going to be pretty difficult for these Mamluks to be dealt with at this stage. I think Terror needs to amass a lot more army. He has a lot of light cav though. If he gets his light cav into these Arblaster right now, and just outpositions the Mamluks with halbs, I think he could have a good option here. The Mamluks are just melting the skirms at this point though. Terror's not using this part of his army. He's trying to mass something, but sometimes lose more troops. Does that really work? I don't know. A little bit raiding on this side though, he definitely cleared some villagers. He now owns this side of the map, cleared up all these siege workshops. Maybe if he gets a ram, starts hitting the ranges, he might have a chance. But of course now he's starting to get pushed on this side. No siege from the Saracen player at this point, he just has this loose siege ram and a couple of siege workshops. This feels pretty devastating for Terror right now. Can Terror win this with enough halbs? Maybe even Orange pops out one of these right now. He'll be able to land a nice hit, and that might save him a bit of the game. He is Popcat though, forever Popcat, and he is clearing this up with a lot of halbs. Maybe he'll be able to return from the back. It's nice he does have this extra room though. He is starting to move out a little bit, but he definitely needs to move out a little bit further. Again, no siege from DauT. DauT really needs siege to push this here. Trebs would even work, but he does have chemistry for the bomber cannons. He does have rams if he needs a really cheap option. The relics are enough to support a lot of siege rams. As long as he keeps his Mamluks alive, you know, makes skirms in the mix, just kill the halbs and fight off the other skirms. He'd probably have a half decent time here. Adding Mamluks still quite expensive, not adding rams costing him the game, I feel. He's going to give this one a go, apparently. Oh, and the halbs from the back, that's killing a lot of Mamluks. That trade right there is just pretty huge, that almost makes up for the relics on its own. Terror now in. Finally, he opened these ages ago, but now he's finally starting to raid. Mamluks can clear this up, but there's not enough Mamluks just kicking around the place at the moment, I don't feel. And maybe. Well, now Terror knows about some of this economy, now he's actually got scouts in. Killing a few villagers though, gonna be enough. Main fight here. I mean, the Mamluks aren't dying to the skirms, but the skirms are just gonna be either a good meat shield or just do a little bit of damage for very low cost. Halbs here though, they're definitely getting a good position on the Mamluks. Every couple of hits, dead Mamluk, lots of gold gone. And no bad relics yet, this monster can still go down. What can DauT do to fight this though? He's about to lose his ranges sometime soon, as soon as we see some more siege from both players. Lots of siege from Terror at the old back in the time, but now we'll see one Treb. One Treb's enough to maybe try to take down this castle, maybe slowly push. But it's looking pretty GG for either player if one of them makes siege. And it looks like Terror's making siege. DauT just needs a lot of siege rams. And that's interesting, 3 Trebs now, 1 castle down, next castle's gonna be down, no more Mamluks. Another Rax, what are we gonna see? We're gonna see some more trash, fully upgraded skirmishers, and light cav. That's an okay mix, especially because they're fully upgraded, but no Hussar, no Mamluks. You're just kind of missing everything here, DauT. You're going for one combination, but not the strongest variation of it you can. I'm hoping he has ballistics. Yeah, But he missed quite a few hits there. That's enough helps to really just change this entire game. That's enough skirms to even just start killing the Lycav. What is DauT gonna do? Castle this? I don't know. He needs to focus on securing this area though, because if Terror just makes one single ram, lets it clear that up, that's kind of gonna be it. If DauT makes siege, he will win, but then again, these skirms are just going to start dying. Terror might start driving them at the same time as just the Lycav. Can help clear them up. Halbs, they're supposed to be countered by skirms, but honestly, if you have a lot of halbs, you're spamming them, then they'll still kill skirms if you have just enough of them mixed in with your Lycav. The skirmishers are just not going to be too effective on their own. Not enough Lycav here either. And look at this, Terror's just trying to stay 200 pop, spamming this stuff in. And he's definitely winning. These numbers are thinning. Two-handed swordsman, okay. That's a little bit better. The Lycav still should be able to help clear those up, but they're going to be able to at least do some decent damage towards the skirmishers and the halberdiers. He's researching pikemen now. I don't see him affording champion. He doesn't have the food to afford champion. 120 population and a few of those are just lost vills, so 100 vills-ish. Oh, and this area over here, if I get pushed, quite open, Lycavs can easily clear up some of those villagers. DauT has very little population, 11 military and 100 villagers, 105. Lost all his relics, he should have moved into a back monastery. Terror, 200 pop, 114 vills, 81 military right now. That's just insane. DauT is calling GG now, I believe. He can't really do much, he can't even... With this economy, he can't even really run, build more TCs outside, build more production buildings down this side. It's kind of the best you could hope for in this situation, but he just doesn't have the resources anymore. It's pretty much GG. And more throwing axemen back in the mix, they're just generally good. They really tear down buildings as well as just kill all infantry units. Very, very nice unit to have. And I think now, like raiding, this should definitely cement it. DauT 84 villagers. What is he, Dark Noob? Why haven't you resigned yet? A lot more likes. Yeah, this is Terror's production now. It's half the map. My only assumption for that outpost is that DauT built it a long time ago to scout to see if there's any resources in the back of his map. Yeah. Banks, of course, really good civ, but rushing not the best way to start fighting civs. So we're gonna go on a 3-minute break. I'm gonna add a VAS command. So let me just start the timer here for 3 minutes. And enjoy the music. And here we go, we're gonna go back to the games we were just casting. We're moving on to game 3 now. Hopefully my English picks up at some point. We gotta quickly restart this one. There we go. We have DauT as the Vietnamese and Terror as the Teutons. Here we go, we have some insane Civ matchups. Vietnamese, terrible Civ compared to the Teutons, for example. Teutons, top tier arena Civ, and the thing is, the general concept when it comes to trushing on these 900 HP walls, you will trush if you have a really big significant disadvantage, especially if your map looks like this. Oh yeah, this is a bad map, of course. No back base, and these resources are pretty not great. You would trush, but against Teutons, you just don't trust Teutons because they could garrison more on their towers. You could build a tower, they could build one in range of yours, and even if you're hitting first, they could garrison a lot more villagers inside, a lot more archers even, and your tower is going to go down. So what do you do in this matchup? You have to actually play with some brain cells. Vietnamese against Teutons, Teuton players probably not going to try and trush you. You do have good archers. You might have a good chance to at least defend against a trush in that kind of situation. But the thing is, you're just kind of expecting them to try and play for the long game because they win throughout the long game anyway, with their really good tech tree compared to yours, especially just everything in general, really. Teutons are just that much better. But it looks like he is going to go for a trush, but what you would do, maybe siege tower, crossbow, that kind of thing. And of course, if you could at least get crossbows in their base, start picking off stone miners, maybe get even around to the gold, you can really deny quite a lot. But it looks like we're going to see a trush anyway. Looking over here at Terror's base, he's not going to get those deer because they're going to be really uncooperative assholes. That's kind of just the way the deer that spawn in this kind of position are. They tend to, like, if you try and run in here, they're going to try and run over here or something like that. You'll never really get them. Really good base though, he has both extras as well as his main here. Second here, so of course if DauT does trush or he gets map control, he can at least take these golds. If he doesn't, then Terror really has all the rest of the golds in the map. Because DauT's gold's really out there. Extra berries belong to no one. It's just so boring to see a trush. Okay. Can someone run me by this one again? What? What? What's going on? At least he's FCing, but what? Don't confuse me like that. DauT, don't confuse me. Oh man, and Terror's going for a really fast up, 25 plus 2. You can save quite a lot of wood when you're Teutons, of course. For wood there, only 2 there. You save lots in the farms, you're going to need lots of farms when you're FCing. It's a lot of extra food, a lot of extra wood that you save on those cheaper farms. Really nice bonus, especially when it comes to arena. Teutons, top civ, great monks. Good tech tree because later on they do have the ironclad siege, which is basically siege archers, even trebs I believe are affected, as well as just cav rams, but still they count as cav rams. They're all resistant to all melee attacks, so light cav on them, it's not going to do the same kind of effect. It's not going to kill them as easily. Really, really tanky siege. Oh, and because he's up first, he's going to really snipe DauT's scout here. Such an interesting move. I like Terror's FC here. He's not very good at FCing, but he's been doing this 25 plus 2 with this amount of idle time. Definitely enough to be able to be good at it. Not too shabby on the idle time front, just something along the lines of 23 seconds. DauT here, now finally clicking up with 26 plus 2 is quite a lot on gold with the range, so he's going to go for siege tower crossbows. He's actually kind of doing the right thing. I quite like this. Definitely a nice move that I appreciate by DauT. Was a bit dubious with a 3 on wood to begin with though. spear defending forwards. Of course, tune players can always go scouts. Tunes could also smush in this kind of situation, so crossbows are a really nice way to kill the monks. It's definitely quite nice to do crossbows against tunes. It's kind of the best you could do if you're inferior civ, but you do like to go your good old crossbows. DauT really needs to take the map, and of course crossbows do beat scouts, and if someone has to make knights, it's kind of a bit of a problem. Not seeing a siege. Pretty home siege workshop, of course. Then again, we could always see monks. He does have map control with the monks, with the archers though. Of course, when coming in, he does have fletching, but not bodkin. That's generally how it goes. Bodkin usually comes quite late when it comes to doing siege tower into crossbow. Monk is just running away at some sort of like turbo speed. RIP scout, and of course spear over here. Terror is a bit confused as to what's going on. Should he expect the siege tower? He really should be. If he gets the siege workshop up though, I mean, he could definitely convert 2 of these crossbows from a distance. Especially if he gets Sanctity, maybe. 1 scorpion, there we go, cleans that one up. As long as it keeps out of range of the crossbows can't do much, they're going to deny for a little while. But if we see a scorpion come by and the monks as well mixed into the mix, this is really not good for DauT. He's going to lose these crossbows quite easily. He definitely showed them off a little bit earlier. And of course DauT has to take the fight against the scorpion, because if he doesn't, he's just going to get converted by the monk. His best bet now is to try and snipe the monk. Yep, there we go. That's kind of it. He's got some half HP crossbows that are not going to be useful. What's he doing now though? He does have the monster, he's getting the relics. He's using crossbows to the map control, I assume? No crossbows really, but... he's going 3 TC boom. He is 8 villagers behind. It's kind of a lot, but... if you have 5 relics, that definitely does close that gap. Especially if you have the map control, you have the crossbows to kill the monks. In general, you could even attack back with the crossbows, because you can see he does have the stone here, quite vulnerable. And of course, Silver Stone's out here. Where is a unit of DauT? There we go. Yeah, that's, you can even see that Terror's on stone. Crossbows would be really beneficial here. 1 relic for Terror, but it looks like it's going to... well, that's interesting. DauT has no luck with these relics. He's gotten 3, but he just completely skipped the 2 on the side. That's maybe not quite enough to really close the gap. An extra TC coming out of Terror, securing a position, but that's going to be a lot of extra villagers at the same time. And again, we are on 4 TCs for DauT. DauT has been catching up a little bit in the villagers, so I was wondering what's happening there. I guess maybe I was wrong to just assume that Terror is idling a lot. Cav. I can... okay, Cav Arch against Shoot. It's an interesting option. Of course, you don't have Parthian Tactics, you're not going to have the bonus against Pikemen, you're not going to have the extra Pierce Armor. Having the extra HP is actually quite nice, it definitely stacks up bloodlines as well. As soon as you get bloodlines on these, 80 HP Cav Arch, that's a really nice bonus. DauT does want a lot of extra stone. This castle will go up, he's gonna have a lot of stone. His gold is looking on the weaker side of things, but he does have 3 relics. I was gonna say my concern moving out to this gold, but I guess this one's fine in range of the castle. Some plumes coming out are gonna be able to tank the scorpions well enough. Maybe kill the monks, there's not a lot of monks. I think DauT wants to go heavily into Rathans, but his economy is just not even close to as good as the Tune economy. This is going to be a very interesting game to see. I just had a coughing fit. I was trying to look at that. Terror's trying to become the new DauT, but of course that castle is actually quite far away from going up, so it's simply just a denied castle, not a DauT castle. Pretty stupid positioning though, I'll do give him that. He will be able to get up now though, because that's a decent bit of army killed from DauT. DauT can't deny that any longer with those mangonels there. So what's the plan now? Because obviously he's now only up to Imp a little bit later. Terror's going to be making Trev at the same time. 2 castles vs 1 though. No, at least this one will go up. If it does go up, that's a lot of gold denied. I'm not even sure which one I want to see DauT trebbing. This one maybe? Maybe okay, I guess he is going to go for that one. Doesn't really matter as long as he just wins the Treb war. He might do, he might not do, but it's going to be pretty difficult for him to get gold when these 2 golds are denied and his main gold's kind of running out. This monk here alone can actually just deny this gold, straight up. Yeah, it looks like a fair Treb war win. 4 Trebs against 2 and the 3rd one unpacking. Onager already in with Siege Engineers though. Terror's definitely, he came prepared. What can DauT do against those? Can't use monks. He has really bad leg cav. Rattans won't really be good at sniping the onagers, especially with that elite. Speaking of which, where did they go? There they are. Oh, this is gonna be... oh, not good. But 6 Trebs against 3. Only 1 castle down for DauT. He does have 2 more. Bomber cannons. Okay, that's gonna do good, especially sniping the Trebs. BBC from DauT to try and counter the onagers. Now I've used BBC before to go with my Arbalast as Vietnamese, because of course I find Vietnamese to be quite strong. If you're up really fast, you do some really early damage, you do some 2TC stuff. You stay 2TC when you get all the relics, if you can, because you went crossbows. And then you up really quickly into Arbalast and then Bomber Cannon. I haven't really ever seen it work with Rattans. I feel Rattans are just kind of one of those weak meme units. Siege Onager now coming in for Terror though. There's nothing Vietnamese can do against that. They have crappy champs, crappy hubs. At least have hubs, but they're quite bad. They're not even going to beat straight hubs from the shooting player. I reckon Terror can really do any option at this point and still win. Decent build up here. Hopefully it's maybe... nope, he's going to go for help. I thought it would be... at least champion line. It would be quite strong if it was champion line. At least clearing this up for a little while, but... yeah, DauT just doesn't have the gold. He's about to run out the 1 gold he has. 3 relics is not really enough. Is he still making Rattans without elite? Yeah, I just don't understand what the plan for DauT is here. All we're missing is Ironclad, but he's getting crenulations in the meantime. Siege Engineers just help out the Bomber Cannons for DauT, but yeah, now Terror's... oh my god, Terror, you crazy mofo. He's just getting everything. Crenulations for the Castle Sure, but Atonement, Redemption, Fervor, Bloodbringing, Illumination from Theocracy for the monks. That's... if he had 10 monks, he could just make sure that nothing exists from the Vietnamese player anymore. Vietnamese players are going to try breaking in though. The bomber cannons can easily be converted now that Terror got all those monk upgrades. If they do, what's going to happen after that, I don't really know, but Siege Onager's about to come home and they could just level everything that DauT has here. Even if these are on spread formation, Onagers will still kill them. Yep, there we go. He just needs a couple more units just to be able to kill the hubs in the meantime. Oh, yep, a couple of those getting converted and Shredder's going down with them. Ironclad would be really nice right now, but it's okay to not have it. Pikemen getting converted at a rate that actually allows them to defend the Siege Onagers as well as the healing. Tune healing is really nice in their monks. Not Byzantine healing, but what is the extra range they have for healing? Complete wrong save. Yeah, 2 times healing range. Still nothing to kill the pikemen though, aside from way converts. Lots and lots of monks, but they're all just going to sit and die here to the Rattans. I don't know why he didn't run with them or send one Orange over there to try and help, but it's an interesting one. I believe this is why we call it Terror Micro. Ooh, so much death, it's interesting. ETKs though, and this is getting broken into over here. Decent bit of traps, the ETKs are going to be really, really strong here. Like 3 would be able to wipe out this army. DauT trying to mass hubs, but they're just going to be a good meat shield. They're not actually going to be very good at much else. Looking at population wise though, Terror is 15 villagers ahead. Both basically full boom though. Kind of mediocre militaries. Neither player has a huge amount of production buildings. I guess that's a lot to make helps with, but we still don't have elite Rattan or even armor upgrades, so that's an interesting one. It's definitely not going to be enough to snipe the Teuton Knights, and then the halves are just going to get massacred. I think this might be DauT giving up. There's certainly nothing DauT can do with this small army here to be able to push this side. Terror just has almost infinite gold to make this work. And yeah, Teuton Knights are just going to walk right in and clear all this up. I don't really understand why DauT isn't GGing. It seems like he wants to try and make a push here as like a last ditch effort to raid this eco, whatever. But this is where Teuton Knights are coming from. Inside castle, is this going to be a DauT castle? Who knows? But it looks like Terror's just going to try to retreat all his Ondras to get back to there. He's cleaned most of this out. Maybe he wants to consider killing the monastery. He's even running with the villagers. Take this out of the map. Oh, DauT, you are crazy. He is almost 40 villagers down though, and his military is lacking. It's not only weaker, but it's also just smaller. Castle does go up, this is going to go down. It allows us, completely opens it for raiding. Ondra though, 1 ETK, that's going to be enough to at least help him for a little while. Now that army's back though, he can even use his Ondras. Still no Ironclad with all these resources. He can even use his Ondras just wipe out this castle if he wanted to. Few Rattans being annoying, but nothing key. Some more gold denied over here, woodlines denied. There's quite a few villagers that Terror's managed to drop, but he's still 120 at the moment, 65 military, compared to the only 27. If Terror does have arson, he could use these to just wipe out all these buildings as well. Teuton Knights with arson, they just kill buildings, they're really nice for it. DauT calls the GG, because the most he could... There's not really anything he could do. Terror must have accidentally in a garrison. Oh no, he's repairing. Yeah, Teuton's real powerhouse civ. I don't really see any chance that DauT could have won that. Vietnamese is not a good civ. That's not the correct score. I'm going to grab a drink, so we'll be back in a moment. And we're back, so we're going to move on to the next game swiftly. So the score is 2-1 to Terror, which is interesting. We see a bugged map here. Did I accidentally get a bugged game without actually checking the game time? Possibly. Is he going to still play it anyway? Saracens against Aztecs, that's insta GG right there, and with this map. I think this is probably going to be a re. Oh yeah, this is going to be a re. They played a lot of games. I think I downloaded like 8 personally. Nah, I think Terror's going to YOLO this one actually. No, seriously, I think he is going to YOLO this one. This is interesting. I'm pretty astounded by the fact he's actually going to try and play this one without rushing. Like, bravo to you, Terror. He's going to up really fast. He's going to try vs Aztecs. You just don't win Aztecs like this. It's very, very difficult to win Aztecs when you are Saracens on its own. Aztecs top civ though. 27+2 from the Aztec player. His map is pretty bad when it comes to stone, but when it comes to gold, 2 second golds plus a safe main gold. Pretty fantastic if you ask me. What's on gold? So I'm assuming he's going to try and up by buying food maybe? Does have a lot on wood for... Well, an okay amount of wood for 27+2 actually. I don't really understand the 3 on gold. Maybe just anticipating a trush. Having a look over here, Terror's map would be really good. Actually, it'd be okay-ish if he did have the boar. But yeah, I'm a little bit afraid for Terror's sake, especially since he did 25+2 and he has 100 food short. There we go. That's quite a lot of idle time. That's just such a bad start for him, quite unfortunate, but he's playing on for it anyway. What a soldier, what a champ, what a legend. Terror has bigger balls than any of us may ever have. It's a free win for DauT, but still. So let's just speed this up a little bit. Let's full on area on this. So it's he's gonna go for Eagle Monk maybe. Oh, this is the game I saw live. I honestly thought that Terror was Byzantines when I saw this one live. Triple Monstrate, here we go. This is no fucks given November. You just don't smush Meso. Aztecs is a cheat civ, but smushing Meso, you're gonna lose all of these guys to Eagles. DauT is on 2 TC, so already he's ahead of the Saracen player. These double stable, not also double Rax Eagle Warriors, just gonna clean up any amount of monks. 4 Monasteries, Terror, you are absolutely crazy. This is not going to work. And then he just gets sniped by the Eagles. Eagles coming in from behind as well. Nothing good can come of this. Not even one single conversion. Everything just cleared up and insta GG. That's... Oof. I feel bad even giving this win to DauT because there's just no way that you could actually do anything about that. I remember DauT looking at this and thinking Clown Eco, but you try playing -1 boar in the Dark Age like that. That was an interesting game, but I'm glad we got through it quickly because that was guaranteed to lose either way. So we're just going to move straight on to the next game. I'm going to quickly restart this one as well. We have DauT as the Teutons, Terror as the Magyars. I remember DauT saying that he thought that the Magyars was definitely not a bad choice here. But it actually is, in my opinion, not a very good civ in general, let alone especially vs Teutons. The really gold expensive units are the Magyars. So if he does take map control and he does have all the relics, for example, then he's still going to have to make those just to be easily countered by the quite cheap units of the Teutons. Their halves are really good, their onagers are really insane, really, and not too gold expensive if you keep them alive. Just so hard to snipe with cavalry. Almost makes up for the Magyar Hussar bonus, but the Hussars being quite difficult to even make. Again, it's kind of getting difficult to watch Tune games because it's really hard to watch Tunes lose. I haven't seen Tunes lose in quite a long time to really any civ. They're actually quite good counter tactics as well. DauT is now at the point where he's just not taking any additional sheep, he's just taking the boar and letting the sheep rot. A little bit better than watching the boar rot. DauT is going out to H for 22 pop-up. Frags on the way, we're going to see a Trush. I mean, map-wise, his map was pretty good. I don't really see why he would Trush when his map is so good. Yeah, he has sheep in the back. I remember him saying that Terra laned him and I said, well, maybe your sheep are in the back. Look at this map. This stone, no stone here for Terra at all. What can Terra do with this map? Not one single back resource. Just his main gold over here, kind of out of the way, but as soon as that's denied, everything's denied with it. Best he could do, really hope the wall from here. He's about to head Feudal Age. What I've started to think recently is that it's good to maybe build a tower here and then just straight up stonewall this. It definitely buys you a lot of time. Blacksmith stable up. Nice. Scouts can actually try and help against the Trush again. And the scout is pretty GG in that position. There's really not too much to say because the thing is, oh, he actually can up at this point. That's interesting. And here we're going to see the biggest dance around towers. Who's trying to trap in who? I don't think anyone knows. Villager counts. Terror is actually up a villager at the same time as he's getting into Castle Age. So that's not all too bad. He's in a good position as long as he actually deals with it. But the thing is, how? How are you going to deal with this? Well, this is how. Send half your economy. He has 4 villagers in Widnar, 4 over here, that's it. Every other villager's fighting us off. Oh, absolutely crazy. If he trapped DauT in right now, that would be quite a nice move. He's done it before in quite a lot of times where he just builds a gate or something and this quickly traps in the villagers. They can't escape, they get killed by towers, get killed by anything else, but... Terra's losing so many villagers in this tower war. So many villagers are just 1 tower hit away from dead as well. It might have worked, but it's definitely worse for wearing the villager counts. Especially since that's almost a dead villager as well. And here we go, DauT is like, I'm not having this, have my villagers. He's sending in a whole, is that 12 or something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, it is 12 villagers. That's pretty beautiful, to be honest. Seeing Tune players making good use of the fact they could garrison 10 vills. And 2 villagers going down again. 22 pop, yes, 35 in villagers. What is going to happen here? No siege at all. I think if he could afford a mangonel, which now he might just be able to because he's now got the market up. Pop out a mangonel, pop a few kills here. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. And Terra's just, again, not having it. But the thing is, his mangonel's not coming out yet. He needs to deny this tower long enough so the mango can pop out, hit the vills. Adding in a knight. He was even scouting in the back here to make sure he didn't have any back resources. He has no gold and he has no way of affording anything. He's no... He can exit out this side maybe, if he did, but he has so little villagers, he has no economy to do anything with. Ah, this is horrible. Both the map and Civ win. Very, very difficult. So we are going to go for one last game today. If you haven't entered the raffle yet, type !raffle, !premium as well. We'll also tell you what's going on with that. And at the end of the stream, we'll draw it, but you must be in the stream. Otherwise, if you don't respond within a good 1 minute, 30 seconds, then you will not win. Let's go for the 6th game. What do we have here? We have Huns vs Indians. Huns can win this matchup for sure. If they go for really fast Halbram, if the Indian player delays themselves trying to get map control, going scouts, that kind of thing. Indian players against Huns, well, you might think if they both just boom, then the Indians are going to win, which is pretty much going to be the case if they do. So the Indian player might actually be investing in going scouts, taking map control, not get pushed by early cavalry archers, that kind of thing. So we can really see anything from either player. Looking at this map though, DauT, main stone not ideal, main gold not ideal either. He has a stone in the back, but that appears to be it. Second gold's both outside. Main gold, yeah, this is going to be Skyball Dark Age. Honestly, if Terra wanted to trush this one, he would actually have an okay win. These 3 on wood Dark Ages from DauT though, they really do put me on edge. So what's Terra going to plan to do? Well, he's 4 on wood, so maybe not a trush. I was going to do 4 on wood Dark Age trushes before though. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit because I don't actually have that much time tonight, so I'm going to just try and get through this one. Map wise, I am not seeing the... Oh, there is, both extras are in Terra's back. I thought there was only one. Yeah, safe second, safe main stone, 2 safe extras. You know, he doesn't have a good civ win, but you know, he has definitely a map win here. Does he know it? Is he expecting it? Well, maybe. Having a quick look at Terra scouting, he has no idea what's going on with this. And the market blacksmith up, as well as a market stable up. Scouts from Terra, as well as boom from the Indian player, DauT. I mean, it's definitely an interesting move. Sure, the Hun player can get the relics. He might need them to win against Indians with this civ. Mangonel from DauT has a very preemptive Mangonel. But then again, one single monk here could harass all of these villagers. One Mangonel snipe, let me just slow this down a little bit. Ooh, let's... The villager going down as well is pretty huge. No Mangonels yet, lost for... Ooh, 2 for 1 so far. Terror is definitely winning in the Mangonel trade. And he's killing so many villagers, like he is behind 6 villagers, sure. But he does have 3 TCs running as opposed to the 4 from the Indian player. Indian player can reboom, but he's got no gold. Like, DauT needs to come out here for his gold. And he hasn't even scouted it. Oh, and the Mangonel trades. DauT losing all the Mangonels, he's losing all his foothold here, losing all his defense. If this TC goes down, DauT is going to have some serious trouble. It's not to mass cavalry archers, but they are extremely expensive when it comes to just having something that's quite useful for defending this. No gold, can't really afford to make much. And he's just losing all these Mangonels as well. This is huge for DauT without any gold. He needs to really get out here quickly. If he does get out here, he does have the cavalry archers to secure a position, so I think that can work out for him, but I'm not understanding too much what's going on here. Scouts definitely get some damaging, and we're going to see an attack round on the villagers. Oh, lots of villagers going down. And the good Mangonel hits as well. The monks have been sniped, but that's a decent few cavalry archers killed. DauT is 11 villagers ahead. but he's not winning in economy. He's just got no gold. Terror now coming forward. He's about to hit Imperial Age. He's getting a bunch of barracks up. He's gonna go for Pike Mango. Oh, that was in the Rick. I thought I was being messaged there. That always confuses me. Oh, one Mangonel goes down, doesn't even fire a shot. 4 Mangonels against this many CA. The Mangonels are just gonna win. Cheeky 1-for-1 trade, but honestly, what the Cavalry's gonna do. Good hit. Is this castle going to go up? Well, it shouldn't go up if there's enough CA snipes on the Mangonels, but Terror is really good at repairing his Mangonels. He's really good at repairing his Trebs as well. And yeah, he just keeps up on them, if he has villagers nearby, he'll make sure he keeps them repaired. Very, very hard to snipe Mangonels and the Trebs of Terror. He's one of the best I've ever seen at it. DauT's still not leaving his base. He has a huge economy. 94 vills, he's what's that, almost 20 ahead, 16 ahead. But he has castle in his face, he's still castle age. He has cavalry archers against Mangonels and of course pikemen. We might see rams coming out, 2 siege workshops. Siege rams of course. He has Huns. The Hun player does have 5 relics as well. He could afford to make a lot of gold units, or he could just buy resources, buy wood and food to make halberdier, apparently. Or rams, that makes sense. Sure, these cavalry archers can raid, but the thing is, Terror doesn't even have to leave his base because he has so many resources in the back. He can just mine this stuff forever before he even needs to go out into the map to take map control. Arson now coming in, so he's planning to really invest in the hulks. Of course, no onager for the Huns, neither Turks. So, we're probably not going to see those. And DauT. He's looking for resources. Is he going to spy it? There we go, finally he spies it. Gonna see a mining camp on that gold. That's going to be the only gold that DauT is going to have to try and finish this game with. Skirmishers is okay, but it's not going to win against the siege rams. We'll just try and take down the rams. This is definitely a good show of why civ wins are not everything. And of course map wins can come into play as well. Siege rams should be able to kill the Mangonel here, but just got a bit bugged, a bit stuck. Yeah. What can you do in this position? You cannot just simply make light cap when your Indians in this position when there's half Onager, or half Ram rather. Not too many halves from Terror. Terror's economy is still looking okay though. He is 2 villagers ahead now. He stopped making villagers, but if he just makes a bit more, there we go. He's only 20 villagers away from full boom, being able to make this full trash. All it basically helps plus. Skill barding armor and the Tarkin. I like how this is going. He's already got the full attack upgrades because obviously the halberdier. So if he adds in Tarkins, the skirmishers and cavalry stand no chance. Chain barding, he's going the full way. There we go. Nothing comes from stables, no additional stables either way. So he's not got atheism. No, atheism. Marauders? Yeah, Marauders, where you can create Tarkins at the stable. I think stacking halberdiers into the siege rams would be fine. But he doesn't really have many. Not sure he's going for Tarkins for the memes or what, but they're going to be strong enough. They're going to help him anyway. No +4, no elite. There we go, there's elite. Elite is an extra pierce armor, if I'm not mistaken. Goes from... No, it isn't. It's 3 both ways, isn't it? DauT can stop these siege rams if he has a lot of villagers. This gold also getting raided. Building TC out there, maybe I might try and expand out into the map when he loses this. But this army here... Like... What's DauT going to do? Sure, halberdier plus skirm, a reasonable combination that might work. No siege to take this down, no, Oh, he does have Gem Strike and make bomber cannons. That could work. But these are almost fully upgraded. Marauders now coming in. As soon as he gets the armor upgrade, they're going to be. I don't remember the base HP of a Tarkin, so I have no idea if that's with or without bloodlines, but there's a lot of HP, so I'm assuming it is with bloodlines. TC coming out finally. DauT is getting a bit more access to his gold, at least he's securing the one that he does have access to. Nothing to stop the Rams, and the Tarkins are just coming in, really tanking the damage. Oh, they do get an extra +1 Pierce. That's interesting. A very underused unit even by me, absolutely never use them. But this is really clearing. That's a decent attack as well, clearing out the Cav Arch. 8 Pierce armor is basically, it's the same as the skirmishers if the skirmishers were fully upgraded. Absolutely ludicrous. Pikes, they do quite well against Tarkins. But come to think of it, looking at the HP of Tarkins compared to a Cavalier, they're actually really good. One less melee armor, but quite good HP. Never really considered the attack of a Tarkin. That's actually really not too bad of a unit. Of course, they do come from castles, so if you're going to try and use them against anything other than ranged, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage towards Cavalier, but Tarkin is definitely worth considering and used quite well here. So the score is currently 3-3. And that is going to be the end of the stream for today. So if you join the raffle, make sure you do !raffle to join the raffle, and I will be doing the drawing now. You have 1 minute to claim your prize. If you do not claim it within a minute, then